like Warren Buffett and you like his folksy charms, you're going to love this weekend. The Investing Titans annual investment letter comes out, and to help preview it, we're lucky to have Anna Prita Das with us. How you feeling?
Good.
Yeah. All right.
We're revved up for the letter tomorrow.
This is a highly anticipated letter. He always writes interesting things.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes some of the things become part of the vernacular in the markets.
Right.
What are we looking for this year?
Well, we already have a glimpse of it from an excerpt that Fortune published earlier this week, where he talks, it's a lot of homespun wisdom as well, but in a year, given that 2013 was such a robust year for the stock market, he comes in and basically tells retail investors not to get caught up in that market chatter, in that, stock volatility, and he uses two real estate investments that he made back in the 80s and 90s to talk about how buy and hold is still a really good strategy, and you don't need to have very special skills to be able to do that. And in fact, if you're not a sophisticated investor, the best thing for you might be to just buy into a low-cost index fund, an S&P 500 fund that gives you enough diversification, and you just hold on to it, and over the long term, he says that your results will be pretty satisfactory. So that is one piece of what he's going to be saying in this letter that we already know about.
Now, this is ahead of the annual meeting, well ahead of the annual meeting, right? That's in May.
That's in May, first weekend.
Do we expect him to say anything specific about Berkshire?
Yeah, definitely, and I think he might address ExxonMobil, which is an investment that he made in the third quarter of last year. I know he's going to talk about Todd Combs and Ted Wexler, his two investment managers, who had a pretty good year last year as well. I did a story on that last month. And he's always been warning that if they continue to beat him and do as well as they have, they're not going to be mentioned in future letters. So we know that there's some of that going to be. And I think, Berkshire's benefited a lot in the past year from just an improving economy. So I think he's got to be feeling pretty good about that.
Does he ever, or will he ever, do you think perhaps he'll talk about his health, the succession issue? I mean, those are always things people want to know about. Do you expect him to say anything on that front?
I think on health, if there's something to report, he probably will. My understanding is that his most recent tests have all been clear. He had prostate cancer, stage 1. And on the succession issue, it's also, he has addressed what it's going to be, and there's nothing more to say at this point. But you never know. He is capable of surprises. And it's a 22-page letter, so there's a lot to fill up. So.
All right, so I know what your weekend reading is.
Yes.
All right, Anna Prita, thank you very much. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.